They offered you a trial unless you testified against Brendan.
Pretty much, yes.
Okay. And you didn't feel very good about going to trial, correct?
My lawyers never expressed any concerns relating going to trial. They were very confident.
Okay. How did you feel?
I feel as any other person would feel going to trial. Being in a situation like mine, I don't think people feel very happy about it.
All right, that's au pair Juliana Magalhaes explaining why she accepted a deal to testify against her former lover, Brendan Banfield. Banfield is accused of plotting with Magalhaes to kill his wife, Christine, by a man named Joseph Ryan, who prosecutors say was lured into the scheme through a sex fetish website. Magalhaes is back on the stand. She's testifying on cross by the defense here, so let's get back into court.
Ma'am, I'm sorry if I created some confusion there, but I'm asking for whether or not the 263 messages were from January 28th, the first message, up until October of last year. Does that sound right?
Well, it sounds right. It's there.
Okay. Do you need to see any more, ma'am, in order to verify that these are your communications?
What is our question?
Do you need to see any more of this document in order to verify that these are your communications?
No.
Okay. Excuse me. Calling your attention to the Smart Jail Mail dated 12/9/2024 at 1:20 p.m. It will be identified as number 64.
Yes.
Ma'am, can you read that and see if that's a communication that you remember writing?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay. And the highlighted area, can you read that to the jury?
Yeah, it says, now I'm sending a message because I'm talking to Josh, Mateo's friend, and each time he sends a message, he transfers 50 credits, which is necessary to send the message.
And ma'am, if you can look at December 13th, the Smart Jail Mail, 12/13/2024 at 9:25 a.m. Did you write this?
Yes,
And you recognize it?
I do.
Can you read the highlighted portion to the, I'm sorry, Judge, this would be Defense Exhibit 65.
Okay.
Can you read the highlighted portion to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury?
Yes, it says, yes, let's work together to achieve more things. After a while, when I'm back home, I'll look for a producer and write a book with my story, and maybe even make a movie. Make money, right? Lawyers, producers, everyone tells me to do this, that I have a talent.
Ma'am, if you could look at what will be marked as Defense Exhibit 66, March 4th, 2025, 2:41 p.m. Is this something that you wrote?
Yes.
Okay. And can you read the highlighted portion to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury?
Yes, it says, what can I do right? I had a video call with the producer who works with Netflix, and they want to make a movie or documentary about my case, and he explained in terms of compensation, money, etc. Things that Josh had denied, saying that don't do that, right? Anyway, he wants to finalize the contract already, so when I live here, we can have the interview and everything else. But they want to be exclusive, so I can talk only to them. It's worth it. They want to pay because they want to talk to you too in interviews, and you share photos, videos, facts from when I was a child, adolescence, etc. Things for them to add to the movie. So they're thinking about $10,000, which would be around $55,000 in our money. Helps and it's good, but I want to negotiate. I want more than this because if I sign the contract, I end up losing other opportunities to make more money. If I talk to other producers, etc., right? We have to think, I know I can make even more than $25,000. It would already be more than $100,000 in our money, right? Think about our future. What do we want to do?
Your Honor, I'd identify this next item as exhibit number 67, 3/5/2025, 4:06 p.m. Ma'am, do you recognize this smart jail mail communication that you created?
Yes.
And could you please read the highlighted portions?
Yes. It says the documentary film will be made regardless of whether I am here or in Brazil. It'll be an interview and everything. I'm still talking to them, negotiating. I want to hire them out, especially since my whole life will be exposed to everyone, right? And they're going to be making a lot of money off of it. We deserve something.
Okay. And in that instance, so these last messages that have been in the spring of 2025 appear to have changed their tone. Is that correct?
What do you mean, in terms of
Well,
what?
they're less about I'm so upset. I'm in this situation. I'm feeling pain. I'm feeling torture. I'm feeling all those sorts of things. Or Brendan and I are still going to be together, which some of the older ones were. Or I haven't seen my lawyer. I don't know what's going to happen with this trial. We don't see any of that. We're talking about the future now, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And you're talking about the future and basically what the future is going to mean for you monetarily. Isn't that right?
He talks about it.
Okay. Is that what you're doing?
What I am doing?
Yeah, you're making a plan for how you're going to negotiate?
Eventually.
Okay. And I think your last words were, we do deserve something. Is that right?
It is right.
And what's the reason? Just give the details as to why you think you deserve something.
All right, step aside here, folks. We'll take a break. When we come back, the au pair testifies about some other deals that were in the works as well, not just the Netflix deal. Plus, jurors hear key testimony in the Uvalde school massacre trial. The former officer Adrian Gonzalez, what a teacher's aide says happened when asked Gonzalez to help after hearing gunshots and seeing the shooter run towards the school. Well, that and more is next, so keep it here on Court TV. Welcome back to Court TV Live. I'm Michael Ayala. We'll get you back to the au pair affair murder trial in Virginia in just a moment. But first, we do want to update you on the Uvalde school massacre trial for former officer Adrian Gonzalez going on in Texas. Gonzalez was the first officer to respond to calls of a gunman at Robb Elementary School in 2022. Prosecutors say that Gonzalez didn't take action to stop the shooter, leading to the deaths of 19 students and 2 teachers. Now, jurors heard some key testimony today from former teacher's aide Melody Flores. She testified that she repeatedly asked Officer Gonzalez to help as the gunman ran toward the school, but that Gonzalez just stayed there.
When you told the officer to go in, did he go in?
No.
What did he do?
Yes, he just stayed there. 'Cause like I said, that's when I ran to see if everybody else was in and find a place.
He just stayed there?
I believe so.
And about how many times did you urge him to go in and do something?
Like I said, it was a couple of times.
A couple, does that mean twice?
2, 3 times.
2 or 3 times?
All right, we'll keep an eye on testimony in that trial and bring you updates throughout the day here on Court TV. And of course, you can watch the trial live on courttv.com and of course on our YouTube channel as well. All right, and as for us here now, we're in Virginia for day 2 of testimony in the au pair murder trial set for defendant Brendan Banfield. Prosecutors say that Banfield conspired with his lover, the family's au pair, to murder his wife Christine and another man. They say that Banfield and the au pair made a fake account on the fetish website FetLife to lure Joseph Ryan into the home to make it look like Ryan killed Christine and that Banfield killed Ryan in self-defense. The au pair, Juliana Magalhaes, pleaded guilty to manslaughter in the case, and she is testifying against Banfield. I want to get you back into the courtroom now. Magalhaes is still on cross by the defense, being asked about a potential documentary deal with Netflix and others.
In my point of view, it's always been most about my family and what I've put them through, what they've been going through since my arrest and all this had happened, what they've been struggling with. And so my whole point was about helping them because I can't. That was something that when I was working before. And if they can have something to help them, I want them to have it.
Okay. But you're saying we, which includes you. Is that right? And
Well,
you
yeah.
You deserve something. What does that mean?
Take literally the word we, yeah. That's me.
So what does that mean? You deserve something.
Judge, I'm going to object. It's been asked. She just answered it, and she answered it very well.
Overruled. Can you ask?
What does that mean? You deserve something.
That's what it says, the words, we.
I know that. What do you mean?
Also-
What are the details that are associated with making a
Yeah,
statement?
so also me in the future, yes.
And what is it you deserve something for?
For everything we've been through, my family and I, for everybody,
For being what you've been through?
for being through what I've been through.
Okay. You were charged with murder because you shot someone. Am I wrong?
No, you're not.
And so why would you deserve something because of that?
Not because of that. I didn't say that I deserve something because of
Okay.
what I did.
I didn't hear any details, so feel free to tell me why.
I'm saying for after, when this is over, for me and my family. And again, for everything we've been through.
Okay. Now, when prior to you accepting the Commonwealth's offer and accepting the story, were you negotiating with anyone prior to taking your plea?
Not that I remember.
Okay, I'm sorry, not that you remember.
Yes.
Okay. Were you talking to any media?
Not that I remember either.
Okay. Was there any talk of money with anyone, no matter who it was,
No.
other than people that you want to pay into your account?
No.
Okay. So this newfound interest in a nest egg for yourself or money for you has come about since you pled guilty and accepted their deal, correct?
Well, that is correct.
And you and I guess it took a little time to go out into the future in order for you to feel comfortable doing that. Is that correct?
Well, yeah, I was thinking about my future, yes.
Thinking it was a huge risk?
Is what?
Did you say huge risk?
No, I was thinking about my future, yes. That's what I
Thinking about your
said.
future. Okay.
Yes.
And so that gets back to where I started. So that's just what this is about. Is just thinking about your future.
You can say that.
Okay. Well, do you say that?
If you want to put it that way, yes.
Okay. Thank you. Do you see the letter that's marked March 8th, 2025?
Yes.
Did you write that?
Yes.
Do you see the highlighted portions?
I can.
And, Your Honor, this is Defendant 68. Can you read the highlighted portion to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury?
It says, I'm talking to this girl. She's an author, published books and everything. She even sent me her books to read. Her name is Kate. She works with the guy named Zacharias. We have video calls sometimes. They are the ones interested in making a documentary with Netflix about my case, interview, etc. So I'm negotiating with them regarding money, etc. Then they could help me while I'm here putting money in my account.
And is that the first time that you told your mom about her?
Well, that's the only message I have here that mentions her, so I would say so.
Okay. And the words say that you're negotiating. Do you have anyone assisting you in negotiating this?
No.
Okay, so it's just you on your own against the television people.
I mean, I had some people, I would say cellmates, that talked to me about it, and they were more, I would say, more smart about it, I guess, and telling me to negotiate, and yeah.
Okay.
So I had people telling me that.
So you're getting advice, but you're doing the negotiation.
Well, I was the one texting, yes, but I was getting advice, yes.
I'm sorry, I couldn't.
I was the one texting, but I was getting advice from other people, yes.
Okay. And those are also on Smart Jail Mail?
Yes, should be. What, the messages?
Yeah, the people that you're getting advice from.
No, it's not.
Okay. How are you communicating with them?
I just said it was my cellmates.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I didn't understand that. March 11th, 2025, Defense Exhibit number 69. Ma'am, is this something that you wrote?
Yes.
And the highlighted portion, can you read that for the ladies and gentlemen of the jury?
It says, I'm still waiting for my lawyer, like a fool. He doesn't return any messages or anything, call, visit, nothing. It's been more than a month since I've been trying to talk to him. Anyway, what can I do, I need food, but if depend on him, I will start first. I'm talking to the people I told you about who want to make a documentary with Netflix. The guy says he can send me some money to buy things now, but that he would send a contract through my lawyer for me to sign. But I'm not very confident in doing this because I'm talking to another company that they'll probably be able to offer more,
Okay. And it's clear then you didn't sign a contract, but money has been sent?
Yeah, to buy stuff, yes.
Okay. How much do you think that amount is?
I cannot recall the amount.
Okay. $1,000?
No,
$500?
I don't know.
It's close to 500?
I'm not sure about that.
Okay.
So is she wrong for feeling that she deserves something as a result of all this? I don't know. And what does that have to do with whether she's telling the truth or not? That'll be up to the jurors to decide.